I want you to imagine for a moment that you wake up every morning and someone hands you $86,400. That's right, every single day. But here's the catch. At the end of the day, whatever you haven't spent disappears. It's gone forever. You can't save it. You can't get it back. What would you do? Would you let even a single dollar go to waste? Well, my friends, that's exactly what we're given every day, 86,400 seconds. And how many of us are letting those seconds slip away, never to return? Today we're going to dive into 7 ways to stop wasting time and start winning. Because let me tell you something, winners don't waste time, they invest it. They understand that time is the great equalizer. Rich or poor, young or old, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's how we use those hours that separates the successful from the average. Let's start with number 1, set clear, defined goals. You see, without a clear destination, any road will take you there, but that's not how winners operate. Winners know exactly where they're going. They have a vision, a purpose, a reason to jump out of bed every morning with fire in their belly. I want you to take a moment right now and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in the next year? In the next 5 years? In my lifetime, be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. What does success look like to you? Is it starting your own business? Writing a book? Becoming financially independent? Write these goals down. There's magic in putting pen to paper. It takes your dreams from the ethereal realm of someday and plants them firmly in the soil of reality. But here's the key. Your goals need to be smart. That's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. Say, I will lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months by exercising 5 days a week and following a balanced diet. When you set clear, defined goals, you give your mind a target to aim for. You create a roadmap for your actions. And suddenly, those 86,400 seconds you have each day, they have purpose. They have direction. Now, let's move on to number 2, prioritize ruthlessly. In this world of constant distractions, of endless notifications and infinite scrolling, the ability to prioritize is a superpower. And let me tell you, my friends, it's a superpower that anyone can develop. You see, not all tasks are created equal. Some move you closer to your goals, while others, well, they're just busy work. They make you feel productive, but at the end of the day, you haven't really moved the needle. So how do we prioritize? I'll tell you a little secret. It's called the Eisenhower Matrix. It was named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was known for his exceptional ability to organize his workload and make tough decisions. Here's how it works. You divide your tasks into 4 categories. Urgent and important. Important but not urgent. Urgent but not important. Neither urgent nor important. Now, where do you think most people spend their time? That's right, in the urgent and important quadrant. They're constantly putting out fires, always in reactive mode. But here's the thing, true success, true progress comes from spending more time in that second quadrant, important but not urgent. These are the tasks that don't scream for your attention, but they're the ones that move you towards your goals. They're things like planning, relationship building, personal development, exercise. They're the things that, if you do them consistently, will transform your life. So I challenge you at the start of each day, look at your do list. Identify those important but not urgent tasks. Make them a priority, because if you don't, they'll never get done. And you'll find yourself months or years down the line wondering why you haven't made the progress you wanted to make. Remember, my friends, busyness is not business. Activity is not accomplishment. Prioritize ruthlessly and watch as your productivity soars. Let's move on to number 3. Develop rock-solid routines. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, routines. That sounds boring. That sounds restrictive. But let me tell you something. Routines are the secret weapon of high achievers. They're the invisible force that propels them forward day after day, regardless of motivation or mood. You see, willpower is a finite resource. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more fatigued it becomes. But when you develop strong routines, you bypass the need for willpower altogether. Your actions become automatic, ingrained, as natural as breathing. Think about it. Do you have to summon willpower to brush your teeth every morning? Of course not. It's a routine. You do it without thinking. Now imagine if you could harness that same power for the actions that move you towards your goals. Start with your morning routine. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Maybe it's waking up at 5 a.m. to exercise, meditate, and plan your day. Maybe it's spending the first hour reading and learning. Whatever it is, make it consistent. Make it non-negotiable. Then look at your workday. Block out specific times for your most important tasks. Maybe you do your creative work in the morning when your mind is fresh. Maybe you handle emails and meetings in the afternoon. Create a structure that works for you and stick to it. And don't forget about your evening routine. This is your chance to wind down, to reflect on the day, to prepare for tomorrow. Maybe you review your goals, plan your next day, read a book, create a routine that helps you relax and recharge so you're ready to attack the next day with vigor. Remember, my friends, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Develop rock-solid routines and watch as excellence becomes your default state. Now, let's talk about number 4, master the art of saying no. This might be the most important skill you'll ever develop when it comes to managing your time. Because here's the truth, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Every commitment you make is time you can't spend on your priorities, on your goals, on your dreams. Now, I'm not saying you should become a hermit, turning down every invitation and opportunity that comes your way. But I am saying you need to be selective. You need to guard your time like the precious resource it is. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, once said the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Think about that for a moment. These ultra-successful individuals who have more opportunities than most of us can imagine are saying no more often than they're saying yes. Why? Because they understand the value of focus. They understand that spreading yourself too thin is the fastest way to mediocrity. So, how do you master the art of saying no? First, you need to be clear on your priorities. When you know what's truly important to you, it becomes easier to identify what doesn't align with your goals. Second, remember that no is a complete sentence. You don't always need to explain or justify your decision. A simple "I'm sorry, but I can't commit to that right now" is often enough. Third, understand that saying no to others is saying yes to yourself. It's not selfish, it's self-care. It's honoring your time, your energy, and your goals. And finally, recognize that saying no gets easier with practice. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become with it. And you'll find that people respect you more for it. They'll understand that when you do say yes, it means something. So I challenge you this week, practice saying no. Turn down that commitment that doesn't align with your goals. Politely decline that meeting that could have been an email. Guard your time fiercely. Because remember, once it's gone, you can never get it back. Let's move on to number 5. Eliminate distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. They're in our pockets, on our wrists, on our desks. They ping, they vibrate, they flash. And each one is a thief stealing our time, our focus, our productivity. Did you know that it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to fully regain your focus after an interruption? That's right. So that quick check of your email, that just 1 minute on social media is costing you far more than you realize. So how do we combat this? How do we reclaim our time and our attention in this age of constant distraction? First, identify your biggest time wasters. For many of us, it's our smartphones. These miraculous devices that were supposed to make our lives easier have become, for many, a constant source of distraction. So start there. Turn off notifications for non-essential apps. Better yet, delete those apps altogether. Do you really need to know every time someone likes your photo? Create designated times for checking emails and messages. Maybe it's once in the morning, once at lunch, and once before you finish work. Outside of those times, close your email. Turn off those notifications. Give yourself the gift of uninterrupted focus. Next, look at your physical environment. Is your workspace conducive to focus? Or is it cluttered, chaotic, full of potential distractions? Remember, your external environment has a profound impact on your internal state. Create a space that supports your productivity. And let's talk about multitasking. For years it was heralded as a valuable skill. But here's the truth, multitasking is a myth. Your brain can't actually focus on multiple tasks simultaneously. Instead, it's rapidly switching between tasks, and each switch comes with a cognitive cost. So instead of trying to do multiple things at once, practice single tasking. Give your full attention to one task at a time. You'll not only complete it faster, but you'll do it better. Remember, my friends, your ability to focus is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Maybe it's 25 minutes of uninterrupted work, followed by a 5-minute break. Gradually increase that time. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you give yourself the gift of focus. Now let's discuss number 6, leverage the power of systems. You see, many people rely on motivation to get things done. They wait for inspiration to strike, for that surge of energy that propels them into action. But here's the thing about motivation, it's fickle. It comes and goes. And if you're relying on motivation alone, you're setting yourself up for inconsistency. That's where systems come in. A system is a process, a set of habits or actions that you follow consistently. It doesn't depend on how you feel. It doesn't care if you're motivated or not. It's just what you do. Let me give you an example. Let's say your goal is to write a book. A motivation-based approach might look like this. You wait for inspiration, and when it strikes, you write furiously for hours. But then days or weeks might go by before you feel that spark again. A systems-based approach, on the other hand, might be every day from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. you sit down to write. Some days you might write 1,000 words. Other days it might be a struggle to write 100. But you show up every single day regardless of how you feel. Can you see the difference? The system ensures progress, slow and steady, day after day. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's effective. So how do you create effective systems? Start by breaking down your goals into daily or weekly actions. What do you need to do consistently to move towards your objectives? Then schedule these actions. Make them non-negotiable parts of your day or week. Treat them with the same importance you would a meeting with your most valuable client. Next, track your progress. Use a simple checklist, a habit tracker, whatever works for you. There's power in seeing your consistency visually represented. And finally, review and refine your systems regularly. What's working? What's not? Be willing to adjust and improve your processes. Remember, my friends, success is not about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, consistently over a long period of time. That's what systems allow you to do. And now we come to our 7th and final point, embrace continuous learning. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is not just an advantage, it's a necessity. The skills that got you where you are today may not be the skills that will take you where you want to go tomorrow. But here's the beautiful thing. When you commit to continuous learning, you're not just improving your skills or knowledge. You're literally rewiring your brain, you're braiding new neural pathways, enhancing your cognitive abilities. You're becoming more adaptable, more resilient, more capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. So how do we embrace continuous learning? First, cultivate curiosity. Approach each day, each interaction, each challenge as an opportunity to learn something new. Ask questions. Be willing to admit when you don't know something. Next, make learning a daily habit. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes each day. Maybe it's taking an online course. Maybe it's seeking out mentors or joining mastermind groups. Whatever form it takes, make it consistent. And don't just focus on your field of expertise. Some of the most innovative ideas come from cross-pollination, from applying concepts from one field to another. So read widely, explore diverse subjects. You never know where your next big idea might come from. Also remember that learning isn't just about consuming information. It's about applying what you learn. So for every book you read, every course you take, ask yourself, how can I use this? How can I implement this in my life or business? And finally, teach others. There's no better way to solidify your understanding of a subject than by explaining it to someone else. Share your knowledge. Mentor others. Not only will it reinforce your own learning, but you'll be creating value for others as well. Now, my friends, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about setting clear goals, prioritizing ruthlessly, developing rock-solid routines. We've discussed the art of saying no, eliminating distractions, leveraging systems, and embracing continuous learning. But here's the thing, knowledge without action is useless. Information without implementation is worthless. So I want to challenge you right now. Don't let these ideas remain abstract concepts. Don't nod your head in agreement and then go back to your old ways. Take action today, right now. Pick one of these strategies, just one, and commit to implementing it this week. Maybe it's setting clear, defined goals. Maybe it's creating a morning routine. Maybe it's learning to say no. Whatever it is, commit to it. Because here's the truth, success is not a destination. It's not something you achieve and then you're done. Success is a process. It's a way of living. It's the result of the small choices you make day after day, week after week, year after year. And it all starts with how you use your time. Remember those 86,400 seconds you get each day. They're ticking away right now. But the good news is you have the power to choose how you use them. You can choose to waste them, to let them slip away on things that don't matter. Or you can choose to invest them, to use them purposefully, to move closer to your goals and dreams with each passing moment. The choice is yours, but I urge you choose wisely, because time is the one resource you can never get back. Once it's gone forever. So start today. Start now. Commit to using your time more effectively. Commit to stopping the waste and starting to win. Because when you do, when you truly understand the value of your time and start using it purposefully, that's when everything changes. That's when you'll find yourself making progress like never before. That's when you'll start seeing opportunities you never noticed. That's when you'll begin to unlock your true potential. And let me tell you something, there's no feeling quite like it. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of knowing that you're making the most of each day, that you're moving steadily towards your goals, that you're becoming the person you were meant to be. It won't always be easy. There will be days when you struggle, when you falter, when you feel like giving up. But that's okay. That's part of the process. The key is to keep going, to get back up when you fall, to recommit to your goals and your systems every single day. Because here's the thing, success is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about getting a little bit better each day. It's about consistency over intensity. So I want you to imagine yourself a year from now. Imagine that you've been implementing these strategies consistently for 365 days. Imagine how much progress you'll have made. Imagine how much closer you'll be to your goals. Imagine how much more confident, how much more capable you'll feel. That future is possible. It's within your reach. But it starts with the decisions you make today, right now, in this moment. Remember, my friends, life is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a practice run. This is your life happening right now in real time. And you have the power to shape it, to mold it, to create the future you want. So let's recap our 7 ways to stop wasting time and start winning. Set clear, defined goals. Prioritize ruthlessly. Develop rock-solid routines. Master the art of saying no. Eliminate distractions. Leverage the power of systems. Embrace continuous learning. Each of these strategies is powerful on its own, but when you combine them, when you implement them together, that's when the magic happens. That's when you create a compound effect that can transform your life. Now, I want to share a little secret with you. The most successful people I know, the ones who seem to have it all together, who seem to be winning at life, they're not superhuman. They don't have more hours in the day than you do. They don't have some magic ability that you lack. What they have is discipline. What they have is focus. What they have is a deep understanding of the value of time and a commitment to using it wisely. And here's the beautiful thing. You can develop those same qualities. You can cultivate that same discipline, that same focus. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about making small, positive choices day after day. Start small. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to work on your most important task. Maybe it's turning off notifications on your phone for 2 hours each day. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a book every night before bed. Whatever it is, commit to it. Do it consistently, and watch as these small actions compound over time, creating massive changes in your life. Now, I want you to think about something. Think about the people you admire most, the ones you look up to, the ones who inspire you. I can almost guarantee you that they're not the ones who waste their time. They're not the ones who spend hours scrolling through social media or binge watching TV shows. No, the people we admire are the ones who make things happen. They're the ones who use their time purposefully, who are always growing, always learning, always moving forward. And here's the thing, you can be one of those people. You have that potential within you. You have the ability to inspire others, to make a difference, to leave a legacy. But it all comes down to how you use your time. It all comes down to the choices you make each day. So I challenge you, be intentional with your time. Be purposeful. Treat each day as the gift it is. Because when you do, when you truly understand the value of your time and start using it wisely, that's when you'll start winning. That's when you'll start creating the life you've always dreamed of. Remember, time is going to pass anyway. The next year is going to come and it come, whether you use it wisely or not. So why not make the most of it? Why not use it to move closer to your goals, to become the best version of yourself? You have everything you need within you. You have the power to change, to grow, to succeed. All you need to do is make the decision. Decide that from this moment forward, you're going to value your time. You're going to invest it wisely. You're going to use it to create the life you want. Because here's the truth, the way you spend your time is the way you spend your life. So spend it on things that matter. Spend it on your goals, your dreams, your personal growth. Spend it on the people you love, on making a difference in the world. Don't let another day go by where you're just going through the motions, where you're reacting to life instead of creating it. Take control. Take charge. Become the architect of your own destiny. And remember, it's never too late to start. It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made in the past. What matters is what you do from this moment forward. So make the decision. Commit to using your time wisely. Commit to stopping the waste and starting to win. Because when you do, when you truly harness the power of your time, there's no limit to what you can achieve. My friends, the clock is ticking. Those 86,400 seconds are counting down. How will you use them? Will you waste them, or will you invest them? Will you let them slip away, or will you use them to create the life you want? The choice is yours, and I believe in you. I believe that you have the power to make the right choice, to use your time wisely to start winning in life. So go out there, set those goals, create those routines, eliminate those distractions. Build those systems, never stop learning, and watch as your life transforms as you become the person you were always meant to be. Remember, success is not an accident. It's a choice. It's the result of how you use your time day after day, week after week, year after year. So choose wisely. Choose to win. Choose to make the most of every moment, because when you do, that's when life becomes truly extraordinary. Thank you, my friends. Now go out there and make every second count.